Hello and welcome to Lifetime Uncorked, a podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I am a marble mouth today. And I'm your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Current.
And I am Tawny Safieddine.
Tawny's here.
Tawny Safieddine, Tawny
I'm
Safieddine,
here.
Tawny Safieddine.
Tawny.
Woo
Oh,
woo.
there you go.
I wrote that song for you
Yes.
of your name.
It's on the Billboard charts. I know it.
It's going to be.
Yes. Tawny, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Are you so excited?
I am.
So big question for you at the top.
Okay.
Are you single? No, just kidding. No, my question is, have you ever seen a Hallmark movie before?
So I was thinking about this. I'm sure I have when I was a child. I think I was more like, you know, when ABC Family would have their like 25 days of Christmas or 12 days of Christmas. Like,
Yes.
I liked the idea of that, but I don't know that I necessarily liked watching them.
Gotcha.
Like maybe you had them on. Like they were just on.
Yeah, it was like, oh, like
Yeah.
25 days of Christmas or 12 days of so-and-so. Like, I love this.
Yeah.
And
Christmas.
So, yeah. And then Hallmark, like, I love greeting cards. But
Yeah.
the movies, I feel like I've seen... Wait, Sharknado wasn't.
Sharknado Sharknado is sci-fi.
But it had a very
That was,
lifetime quality to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So Sharknado, sci-fi channel. So
Yeah.
so you get what TV
Yeah.
movies are kind of going for, right?
It's the
I
same
didn't watch
thing.
TV movies as a child.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
those are fun.
Cool. Well, thanks for checking back in with TV movies. You
Yes.
know, I
They
mean,
Yeah.
missed me and I missed them.
they missed you. You're back.
I wish Sharknado was on Lifetime.
No, not covering it on this show. Okay.
Hallmark. Please listen.
I'll start a spin-off.
A Sharknado.
about shitty sci-fi movies.
Okay, great. You know, you should do that.
And then you're my psychic. You don't have to watch them. And then I tell you about them.
Right. And I would be like, I don't understand.
And I'll be like,
anything.
I know. And you
'Cause
shouldn't.
I tried to watch that Carbon Arc show because you told me there was lots of male nudity in it. And that's true. There's lots of nudity in it. But I don't know what's going on in that show. And
Which one? Oh,
wait,
What's this?
Altered Carbon?
Oh,
I
Altered
keep calling
Carbon.
it
Carbon
Arc.
Arc. I was like, I have no idea what Carbon Arc.
Altered
don't-
Carbon.
If you don't know what's going on,
yeah.
you are correct.
Okay, great. Because I was like, I have no clue.
Yeah.
No clue.
No, you can't know. I think you have, because it was based off of a novel.
Who's in that?
And I think you have to have read the novel to know what's going on.
Okay.
Anyone that we know?
Netflix people? Nobody really notable. I mean, probably people that maybe.
I was like, there's the main guy's he was in.
He's naked a lot.
I mean, there's a lot of male nudity.
Okay.
So
That was my selling point. I was like, well, I guess I'll check it out.
On
and
it.
Then I was like, wait, this doesn't make any sense to
And
me.
it doesn't. It's not. It doesn't make any sense.
Even with male nudity, I was like, I'm losing interest. So that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
Bad sign.
Yeah. No, it was a bad sign. and I watched every second of that.
Did
movie.
you like it?
Nope.
Cool.
But I kept watching it.
You're a completionist. I get that.
Yeah. Speaking of keeping watching things that we don't like,
Yeah.
let's jump into the movie we're covering today. Once Upon a Prince. Once Upon a Prince. Yes, Once Upon a Prince. There's my marble mouth again. I can't get
know
it. I need to do like vocal exercises before this
You
podcast.
do not.
I
need to
sang
do
Jessica
that.
Simpson in the car on my way here.
That's all you
I
need
wonder,
to do.
is she in a Hallmark movie?
No, but she really doesn't do anything except make fashion. You know?
I like her shoes.
Yeah, I think I had her sunglasses for a while. Anyways,
She's got great sunglasses and shoes.
She does. So, Once Upon a Prince is the movie we're talking about today. This is the last of the Hallmark Spring Fever movies. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
the last of it.
the last one.
It culminated with Once
it
Upon
did.
a Prince.
So
Okay.
they're building up to this one because it's a royal theme. Hallmark. Oh my God.
It's okay, bud.
Hallmark has like 3 of these kind of princey movies this year. They did this year. It's April. Just saying.
They've already done 3.
Yeah. Yeah. When this one comes out, it might be May. But they did Royal Hearts. They did the one with Joy Lentz. I forget what it's called.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But we like that one. And then
Okay.
we're doing this one once more.
Royal Heart, and it was like, in the
Oh,
house.
the something matchmaker, like the royal matchmaker.
Royal matchmaker. That's right.
Oh.
And she was like a matchmaker, and she had to go to the country to like match the prince, and then it ended up being like her. She was like, "Well, I love him."
Here I am. I'm gonna match you with someone you love,
Yes.
JK. I need a man.
It's me. It's me.
I need a man.
It was
I
great
need a prince.
because if I was a royal matchmaker, I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'd wait till the prince came and be like, "Mine,
Finders
Mine.
keepers.
mine, I win." Okay.
You'd
Once
be
upon
like,
a
wait,
prince.
you're gay? Oh, then we're doing this.
Yes.
And I'm marrying a prince now.
This movie stars Megan Park and Jonathan Keltz.
Clow.
Keltz?
Clar?
Keltz. Keltz, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So jumping right in, we have Susie or Susanna.
Susanna, but
She goes by
she's got-
both.
Yeah, Avery.
I
calls
feel
her
like
that.
when she's home, she goes by
Susie.
Susie, and when she's like in the royal area, she goes by Susanna to be more fancy. So we see her walking by a seashore. Susanna walking by the seashore. I can say that. No marble mouth. No problem. And she's got like a very Canadian boyfriend with her. Like every word out of his mouth is like a Canadian like stereotype.
It's just A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mom's like watching with binoculars, and she's like,
so creepy.
yeah, she's
The
like
spying.
in a big mansion-y house behind her.
Beautiful
house. So they're well off, obviously.
Are they in North America?
They are.
Okay.
They're in.
They're in. Yeah.
They're in St. Simons, Georgia, an island off of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
No southern accents. Not a one.
Okay.
Nope.
You know Hallmark can't do accents.
No. Well, they can't. Some actors can, but they go a little overboard with it.
Yeah,
From
that was
what I
definitely
hear.
Jonathan Kletz's thing. He's from New York. I looked him up. I was like, this guy's definitely not British.
Yeah.
I think it's Celts.
Okay.
But
As
it
soon
doesn't
as he started talking, I was like, "What? Where are you from? What
Yeah.
fictional land
What
must this be?"
fake ass British accent is this? It's terrible. But we haven't even got to him yet because Susie is with her boyfriend, and the mom's like, "Oh, he's gonna propose. I'm gonna like watch on my binoculars, and I'm gonna call my husband." And the sister's like on the phone too. They're all like so excited.
Get it.
He breaks up with her.
Oh, he took her out
Took her out
on
on
a
a walk on the
romantic
beach.
walk on the beach to break up with her.
Yes,
Yep.
he did.
That's the best way.
But I will say, in his breakup, he was so encouraging.
He
Yeah.
was so Canadian
That's-
about it.
I
Right.
found it very interesting that he was very much like, you should make your own business. I'm like, look at you. You're going to break up with her, but you're encouraging her to be an entrepreneur.
Yes.
And I like that.
Okay. Yeah,
And
all right.
that comes back, Drew. The entrepreneurship comes back. Don't you worry.
Oh, good.
So Susie's like all upset, and she is like, I'm going to take time for myself. Like, you know, she found her mom spying on her, and she's like, Mom, how could you do that? So she's like, I'm going to go for
being
a
a creep.
drive. Yeah. She goes for a drive.
Being a creepo.
And of course, she gets a flat tire on
Yeah.
the drive.
Oh, yeah.
And she
You don't
meets-
have to hide your laughing. You
Yes.
don't hide your laughing.
she meets this handsome stranger
Uh-huh.
on the side of the road, and because she doesn't have like a, what was it called?
She didn't have the jack or something like that.
A
Yeah.
tire
Yeah,
jack.
tire
Is that real? A
Uh-huh.
tire jack?
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was like a tire iron or something.
Well, it's both. It's like a so like every car just comes with like installed a
Oh.
way to change its own tire,
Right. But
and
it's like-
that is a tire jack. A jack.
they just said it like
that lifts the
so
car.
many times where I was
Yeah.
like, is that a real thing? I
It is.
don't think it is. But she knew how to like change the tire. She just didn't have a tire jack. So he's like, I have one. And then they change it together and it's all great.
Yeah.
I loved the tire changing montage, though. It was
Oh,
like
they did a
shot of this, shot-
montage?
It was like, I mean, it was a short montage.
It
but
was.
still.
It was
like,
a
wow,
proper
we're
montage.
really
okay.
showing all of this tire. Good for us.
It was like a PSA.
That's like a good summary for this whole movie, taking moments where they don't need to happen. Because then like they're clean, he's like cleaning his hands, and she like needs to clean her hands, and he gives her a handkerchief, and she's like, "Ooh, who carries handkerchiefs in this day and age?" Ooh.
And
A handkerchief?
Yes, he had a handkerchief. It's fancy. He's fancy.
Or a handkerchief.
A handkerchief.
I don't know how they say it.
A crick.
But she was
Yes.
she was so adamant about returning it at some point. I was like, no one wants your fucking dirt. Like, you've dirtied my handkerchief. What makes you think I want you to clean it and give it back to me? I know what this dirt is, but I still don't want it back.
So she spends like way too much. Be like, no. Here's your handkerchief.
I'm gonna return it back.
It's like Cinderella's slipper type of thing.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're setting up, I think. And
Does that come back later or no?
Of course it does.
Okay, it does. Great.
Then
worried
she
it
sees a tree in the distance. She's like, "Oh, that tree right there, that's Lover's Oak. It has magical powers, and if someone gets proposed under the tree, they will live a long and happy marriage."
And she just says this to a stranger?
Yes, but she's
So
not.
much had been
She's
said.
not done though. She's not
No,
done
she's
because then she's like, "If I were to get proposed under that tree, I would want it to be with sparkly Christmas lights." All white lights, and it would be very pretty. And I would just want him to get down on one knee and just say, "Will you marry me?" And the guy's like, "Cool, so
Okay.
change your tire and
So your tire's
now
good?
to go, right?"
So your tire's good? Okay.
Yes, but like she's very specific. Like she's basically like on the like to the day, to the time, to the hour.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
What
In
a
retrospect,
psycho.
hearing that makes me realize I was not paying that close attention to her and what she was saying. All I heard was Lover's Oak, and I was just like, oh my God, I know we're going to come back here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. And we do, of course, but not before Nate goes home and tells his like valet. We learned valet is a thing on the podcast from Drew. He explained that a valet is not a driver of cars; it's a person that is like your butler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's black though, Drew, which really made me angry
Yeah.
because like I hate black servants in Hallmark movies. Don't do it.
No.
But his name's John, and his accent's better.
His accent, I think he probably is really British. Well, that's how convinced I was.
Oh, okay.
He did good, but
and
I
this,
mean,
and I'm sorry, this is in Georgia still?
right? Exactly. So
Okay.
I'm like, we have a black servant in Georgia at like a big ass house. It's getting a little slavey
Like,
for me.
let's
Okay,
get- it's a little slavey, guys.
a little bit.
Starting to get a
Could we
little
go
slavey.
back a moment when they
Yes.
were talking to each other and introducing themselves and giving all their life stories?
Sure.
And he was asking her what she did, and she asked him what he did, and he was like, public relations. And I was like, no, like that's the only thing. You know nothing about work. You're a prince.
Yes.
And I know it. And she was talking about her landscape architecture. And
You
that
know
was
what's
it.
funny though?
What?
Jonathan Keltz or whatever his name is, literally went to school for public relations.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I don't
with
believe him.
I swear on IMDb. IMDb is always
Yeah.
right.
I think he failed all his classes.
He probably did. Yes, he probably did.
Well,
No,
I
I'm
mean,
sure
he
he's
probably went through and then realized that like, oh, he was a good looking dude, and he could
be in acting.
be an actor, kind of.
He's like a New York actor, so good for him.
I mean, he's been in a bunch of stuff.
Oh.
He has.
I mean, not as like a main guy,
Like CW.
right?
Okay.
CW.
That's nice.
Which is
he was on
Hallmark,
Entourage.
Hallmark adjacent. You know, CW is just Hallmark for teens.
This is the only thing I look up is the actors. I
Yeah.
just want to know what
You should.
what they're doing, because I really respect them. I respect the shit out of
Hey,
these people.
these actors are putting in the hard work.
Yeah.
They're filming in, what'd you say? They're filming like in winter?
Yeah, they were filming in winter.
Yeah, and there's some parts where you could like see their breath, like the cold breath.
Oh, and it wasn't supposed to be.
It's supposed to be
It-
spring for spring fever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they're like really, the actors are really taking some for the team. Good job,
Good
guys.
job.
And
guys.
he specifically like was never wearing a jacket.
No.
She was wearing all sorts of coats, but he
Mm-hmm.
never had anything. And it's like, you're a prince.
Yes,
You've got ability to have your valet dress you.
right. So he goes back to, he's staying at this woman. Her name is Miss Waller.
Yeah.
And she's like the richest woman in town. She owns like all the buildings and stuff. So that's why he's associated with this woman. He's on his last vacation or holiday, I guess that what they would say, before he has to take the throne over because his dad died.
Oh, okay.
So this is his last
Just
hurrah.
taking a sweet little
So his
vacay.
last straw is like, I'm going to go to Georgia.
I'm gonna go to Georgia
Yeah.
That's my spot.
in the United States of America.
That's where I'll feel like
And with his
myself.
time in Georgia, he decides to like put all his energy into Susie and make her landscaping business because she wants to be a landscape architect. Drew. I looked it up. It's a thing.
That is a thing.
It's a cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of it. I was like, what the hell?
It's cool.
I mean, Hallmark thinks of some random jobs for these women to do or want to do, and then, abandon for men. Not saying that's what happens in this movie, but they have to find more cool jobs that women want to do, and then
abandon them for men. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So he's like, I'm gonna hook her up with Mrs. Waller, and she's gonna do the estate, the architect design for the estate for her mansion.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And he goes to tell her, and she's like, why are you doing this for me? This is so nice. And then she gets a text that's like 911. And I was so shocked, Drew, because
she gets a text
that says 911, and it's like, Dad's in the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But Drew, Dad's in the hospital. Dad's not dead already?
Oh, wait.
Right?
What?
She has alive parents, and they're going through something traumatic. This is very rare for Hallmark, Tawny.
Oh, okay.
It was so shocking that I was like, wait, is this dad going to die in this movie?
Really? Okay, because as a non-Hallmark watcher,
Yeah.
I just assumed it was something that they usually do, and I was just like, ugh.
No,
right.
usually
They're
usually
already dead.
Parents are already dead, both
like
of them.
Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
Disney.
Wow.
And like a car wreck,
Okay.
usually is the thing. Because
Car-
that's when
car wreck,
both of your parents
helicopter
would die.
accident, whatever.
Yeah, something.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. So she runs to the hospital to check on
Well,
the
he
dad.
gives her a ride
Oh, right.
because she
And-
didn't have access to her car for whatever reason. Avery had it.
Oh, maybe the tire. Who knows? I don't know. Now we get a C. Oh, wait. So the dad had heart palpitations. So that's why he is in the hospital. So, he's going to be fine. He just needs to rest.
Well, also, I loved that the moment she walked into the room, the dad's like, nothing's wrong. I'm fine. I'm like, of course you're fine. This is a plot device.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Get on with
Although
it.
this is like a newer plot device.
It was
Hallmark.
truly shocking that we were in a
Interesting.
hospital and they're not working there. What?
I feel so bad. I should be more impressed.
No, this
No,
is
no,
this
you
is
don't.
good. This is why you're here, because you're just the average viewer just coming in. I'm the expert. I'm the person that knows all. I know too much. Okay,
And I'm also an
Yeah.
expert, and I
Drew's
haven't
now
watched
an
a
expert.
minute of
Hasn't
these.
watched a one.
Yeah. I feel like an expert now. Though.
Yeah.
So
You are
Nate
now.
volunteers to work at the flower shop while the dad is recovering. That's kind of how he's going to get in with Susie, and they're going to fall in love. Blah blah blah.
Great.
C storyline. Did you have any notes about the C storyline?
The private detective with the camera, that was so strange.
So weird.
And he's just
What?
so this guy was in a car. He has a camera, and he's, I don't know, I forget.
Yes.
But he is holding an iPad with a photo of Nathaniel, and he's like, "Have you seen this man?" And it's just a photo of him on an iPad. I'm like, what a high-tech wanted poster.
He's holding a iPad, a big ass iPad, and going around on the street when you would be hammering into a telephone pole, lost dog, like that type of thing. He's like, "Have you seen this man?" And then cut to commercial.
Yeah.
Like the prince?
Yeah.
He has
Uh-huh.
a picture of the
Of the
prince
prince.
on
Yeah,
it?
he's like a paparazzi or something, trying to find the
paparazzi.
prince.
I gave him a promotion. I called him a detective.
Oh, you called him well, because I was like, what is...
Yes, no, that's Hallmark movies and mysteries where we get the detectives. This one's just a regular old paparazzi. A paparazzi. Yes. But so that'll come back. Don't worry, Drew.
I was, but now I'm not, because you
You're
told me
not.
not to.
So jumping around a bit here, because I don't care. Susanna and Nate, there's a montage of them doing the flowers and getting the garden all set up, right?
Yes, but can we talk about how ridiculous it was when she was trying to get the job with Mrs. Waller, and she shows up and she has a drawing and it looked like colored pencil
Yes.
on a sketchbook, and Mrs. Waller's like, "You can do that?" And I'm like, okay, great. Yes, I can color on a piece of paper. Absolutely. Let me fix your garden. Shut
She
up, Mrs.
also-
Waller.
So it wasn't done in CAD, which
No.
an architect would actually do.
No, it was
She-
literally, it
was
looked
on a
like
sketch pad.
scribbles on a sketch pad. Yeah, for real.
Perfect.
She says multiple times in the movie that she went to college.
And she was a valedictorian in high school.
I mean, Drew, I've never heard, this is also not normal for life or for Hallmark or Lifetime, really. She multiple times is like, I went to college. Oh, I know about landscaping design. I went to college for it. You know, like just in casual conversation. Even her sister brought up at one time, she's like, oh, you went to college for this, so I'm not surprised you're doing it. I'm so proud of you for going to college.
I'm not surprised.
And
I went to college too.
Yeah, so did I. And like she's like in her apartment or in her condo or wherever
in
she
a giant
lives.
home.
Mm-hmm.
I think they all live together.
Yeah, maybe they all live together. What in her room? It's like a framed thing of her diploma. They took like a time to show it that she went to college.
See, we're like, no, I believe you.
Yeah,
like
she's
you
qualified.
don't have to.
She's qualified to do this job.
Landscape architecture.
Also, her family owns a flower shop, so she has all the materials and everything she needs. What?
Great.
But it's impossible for her to start her business, and that's why she got broken up with.
So the paparazzi gets like a picture of Nathan with Susie for some reason. I don't know what they're doing. And then word gets
Maybe
out.
they were riding bikes.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
There's a lot of pictures, like when I look
But
at
they
the
were wearing
photos.
helmets because they cared about safety.
That's good.
And I like that.
It's probably a liability.
Yeah, there's a lot of photos of like them riding bikes.
Okay. It was like 2 seconds in the movie. So word gets out. It's all American Girl. And then we cut to the Queen and she's like, what is my son doing in America with this whore?
Yeah.
She's a whore.
What is this whore?
Yeah.
So she's like,
What is a septic whore?
they're from a town called, or a country called Cambria.
Oh,
You know, because
right.
we all have
'Cause they
those
have
weird names that end with an ah sound.
They have to make.
Genovia.
Genovia,
Cambria.
Astoria, Cambria.
She was very upset. I did distinctly remember the phrase Cambrian descent. And I was like, oh, you're so upset that she's an American and not of Cambrian descent.
Yes.
Cambria. Like this just becomes like like this is just a fantasy.
And this is like...
This is no different than Lord of the Rings,
This
really.
is like about an hour. No, we're not an hour into the movie yet. Like, we're pretty far into this movie and like nothing's happened. So he tells the family, he's like, all right, you got me. I'm a prince. And they're all like totally fine with it. Totally cool with it. Susie's totally fine with it. Totally cool with it.
Of course they are.
And then he has to like go immediately right back to Cambria because he has to plan his coronation and his coronation ball.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
And, you know...
Don't forget, they gave him a gift, like a going away gift of his own embroidered T-shirt for their garden store. So it was like the little green uniform. And it was like, here's this going away.
And like his name on it.
And it had his name on it. But he didn't get a chance to wear it when he was in the flower shop.
Oh, well.
And also when he was in the flower shop moving dirt around, he was so clean except for one smudge of dirt.
One little
his
dirt.
cheek.
You know.
Just one dirt.
That makeup artist.
He's
really
he's
into
a manly,
it. It was just one
manly
dirt.
Man.
Well,
I
yeah.
like
So
it.
he goes back, and there's this woman named Lady Ginny. Lady Ginny.
Yeah.
And she's like who he's supposed to be with because she's of Cambrian descent, so he can marry her, and that's like the
aristocrat.
stipulation of like who he can marry.
Right. Okay.
So she's like,
And they dated.
yes, they dated, and she hired the paparazzi guy. So she's like in cahoots with him.
Oh.
Because she was like, I need my man back here. I need to get married and become the queen. So things like don't really like go well back in Cambria. Like
Right.
Nate's kind of down, and the servant man, what's his name? Ted?
John.
He's like, I have an idea. Why don't we bring back that Susie girl to show him that she would be an like outside of her comfort zone here? And the queen's like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm gonna get her to come, and
That's
she'll
the plot, is to get her to
Get her
go
to
out there
come.
and feel uncomfortable.
Yes, and they'll make her like work in the landscaping for the castle with like
The
some
Florentine Gardens.
architect guy,
Yeah, the most famous
and
architect.
they'll put her in like
In all of Cambria.
yes.
the world, actually.
So they fly her and her sister out. Now we're an hour in because I clocked the time because I was like, this took forever
Yeah,
to
that
get
took
to
a
this
long
point.
time.
There
Yeah.
were a lot of commercials.
A lot of commercials. Yes. I mean, not forever if I'm watching it with no commercials, but like for a Hallmark movie to be halfway through and she's not even in the country. I mean, the last one we watched, they were in the country within like the first 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Okay.
And like it was the same type of idea. Like she like didn't really know he was a prince, but she went to go work for him, and then she was like, "Oh, you're a prince," done.
Yeah.
But this was like dried out for so long.
Yeah.
So the sister and Susie are there. They're in the servants' quarters. They're not invited to the coronation. They're basically like working, like working
Avery's
class.
shopping.
Oh,
She's
that's
going
the
on her
sister.
shopping spree.
Avery is the
sister.
sister. Okay.
Yeah.
But Susanna, she's in her uniform.
Now she's Susanna.
digging
yes.
things up.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, he hasn't even said hi to me or talked to me in 2 days. And he didn't even know they were there. So it's like, what's the point of them coming and being like uncomfortable and like weird? And then he's not even there. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's a pretty good plot, though. Or not like movie plot, but
like
Hallmark plot.
I heard like
The queen.
The queen being like, yeah, come on in. And it'll be real fucking weird. And you
rude,
won't ever
yeah.
talk.
But you're right. I did expect more like interactions between the queen and Nate and
Something.
Susanna.
Like if she
but
would
it was
have like
really just like she didn't curtsy right. How
uncouth.
horrible.
horrible.
What a slut.
Like she should have
Yeah.
sent it. She should have been more of a troll, I think. Or like hired someone to go in and just be like
yes.
poop in her room.
The
or
queen
something.
is not as bitchy as she could have been. You know what I
No,
mean?
yeah.
It's Hallmark, so she's not being an evil queen. She's just like a sneaky queen.
She's just
Yeah.
a little sneaky
You little
queen.
sneaky queen.
You little sneaky queen. Get out of here.
Oh boy.
she has
Get
her
outta here,
newspapers
sneaky queen.
delivered on a platter.
Yes. So Susanna and Nate finally like see each other and they're like, "Oh, you're here. Well, we should totally hang out." And they he moves her into like the nice part of the castle, and he's like, "You don't have to work in the garden. Just like just draw on your sketch pad." And
I have colored pencils for you.
there's like
Crayola.
a scene with like they're dancing in a ballroom, like practicing dancing. It's like Beauty and the Beast type of thing, but like
That was so disappointing.
but no, not Beauty and the Beast type of thing. But they
Is
were
it- yeah.
in like a real like Beauty and the Beast ballroom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But their dancing was like really bad.
it was not good.
They
It was
need
like-
the
It
practice.
was like middle school.
Basically,
Kind of.
Middle
It-
school
like-
dancing.
yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Did they leave room for the Lord?
Yes, they never
Yeah.
touched.
No, very chaste, very chaste. And Lady Guinea sees them bonding, and she's like, or Ginny, whatever her name is, and she's like, maybe you should like stick to the servants' quarters and stop like getting on my man.
Getting on my man.
And Susanna's like, no, I'm gonna like go shopping now with my sister, and Mrs. Waller's there for some reason.
Well, because
The-
she's a family friend, so she's invited.
Oh.
She's the only American invited.
The only American
Maybe
from
not.
Georgia invited. So she's there for the coronation, I guess.
What?
Then the coronation happens. Yeah. And Susanna's like getting cold feet. She doesn't want to like go to the ball afterwards.
Yeah, she starts packing
Yeah, she's like, I'm not going.
after they got their ball gowns.
Yeah. And so
For what? Like, was there any?
The
Of those,
coronation
like-
the
ball.
coronation ball. So this is just the thing after the party after the coronation, basically.
Well, right, but like, what was there anything that like made her? Now she's packing her bags.
No, she
They
just
didn't do the.
was nervous.
Oh.
What you're thinking is coming soon.
Oh, okay.
Also, like Nate was so insistent on having Avery and Susanna be at the coronation that I was like, okay, you really want to invite them. Do you have no other friends?
No
like,
friends.
Do you?
I mean, he
Didn't.
that part,
Other than Lady Ginny.
that part, I
Lady
can
Ginny,
like
like-
I can see that. You know, a prince,
No friends.
Yeah,
like
it's true.
you just and your overbearing queen mom. God, what a nightmare. You wouldn't have any friends.
No. So Susanna finally decides to come down, and she's making her like big grand entrance, like fashionably late. Everybody in the party turns to her, and she looks amazing in her white, pretty bridal dress.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like very wedding-y
wedding.
dress.
Wedding entrance.
And then they dance. They do the dance that they practiced, and it's still mediocre at best. And like they like part for some reason.
So hold up, wait. So they practiced the
Yes.
dance. So that was the practice dance.
Well, like they weren't.
That was before.
They didn't have a choreography, but beforehand, she was like, "I only know line dancing," and he was like, "Let me teach you. Like,
Yeah.
move your right foot back, and now your left foot forward."
Okay.
Yep.
And then that's okay.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
Very confused.
Don't
very
worry.
Confused.
So Susanna like runs off, and then Lady Ginny comes in, and she's like, "Hey, Nate, I see that you really like her, and I'm not going to push it. Like, I get it. You can be with her and not with me.
I was disappointed in Ginny.
I'm cool with that. Yeah, she wasn't a really good villain, because she totally like was like waving that surrender flag.
Yeah.
But of course, she like put her arm on his shoulder. Oh, they kissed like
on the cheek.
Mwah, mwah. And Susanna sees it, and she runs off, and she's like, "How could he do this to me?" And then she runs into the queen, and the queen's like, "You are a trashy whore. Get out of my house. I never want to see you again. You're terrible for my son."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, fuck this. I'm out of here."
Yeah.
Packs up her shit, goes back to Georgia. Yep. And then we're in Georgia, and Susie has her landscaping architect business. Hoppin'. Everyone wants her now because she worked on that lady's mansion.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's going very well. But don't worry. Don't worry, Drew.
Even though the queen told her to fuck off.
Well, I mean,
she
the
still
queen
has a
didn't
good-
murder her.
But
Yeah.
like,
She didn't like put in a bad.
she didn't.
She didn't like give her a bad recommendation on Yelp or something.
And she didn't say off with her head.
No.
She didn't stand in the window with her hands behind her back.
Right.
And go,
So
kill her.
she has a very successful business. Her life's going very well. Then for some reason she's at the tree and Nate's there.
No, they.
What happened? I missed that.
Oh, maybe this is what.
Oh, they're at the marriage tree or whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck that was?
lovers oak.
The lovers oak. That's
Yeah.
not a
So
thing.
like there
That's
was
not a
a
thing.
there was a moment where Nate was back in Cambria wearing his shirt, his gardening shirt, and he was digging in the gardens because he was missing her.
Yes.
And then I don't really. Oh, Avery had a flat tire. Avery had a flat tire or something. So I don't know if like she was supposed to go help her or something.
Oh, okay. So it was like a
It was a ruse.
Yes,
and they were all part of it. And
the family was there behind the tree. Nate's there behind the tree. They got the Christmas lights in the tree, and he proposes at Lover's Oak, just like she wanted at the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
and she.
That's it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's it. And he's like,
What-
move back to Cambria with me. And she's like, okay,
Which
I will.
I
What
found
warrants
also.
this?
What do you mean?
warrants it? Like, why is it like? It goes from like, I'm pissed off, I'm moving back to Georgia, fuck all this bullshit,
Yeah.
and then like starts a business, does her shit, and
Well, she
then
barely started her business. Like she was just getting customers because I
She
sincerely think
to college.
she went to
She
college.
went to college.
she went to
She
college.
she went to college.
This
And she
made
was
me
a valedictorian.
so angry.
And don't forget that she was a princess, a peach princess.
Yes.
She had some royalty.
Well, okay. That's the movie. Tawny, on the podcast, we either pour it up or put a cork in it. What are you going to do to this movie?
After speaking about it with you guys,
Yes.
my opinion has changed.
Oh, no. We changed your mind? Well, you should have your opinions.
Well, no, because upon watching it, I was like, this is benign, bland fare. It's boring, but it's predictable, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yes. I think a lot of people are happy that it's predictable.
Mm-hmm.
But things piss me off about it now. No, like John was the only one. John was our person of color, as you said, our one guy.
Yeah.
There were so many blondes. There were
So many
blondes. And like really the proposal, like I think that they also barely knew each other, maybe over the span of 2 weeks. And yet she was like, they were all into it. And like, hey, Susanna, you just got broken up with. How about you have a little time for yourself?
This is your
You need to
rebound.
chill out, lady. Yeah.
Like, you need to calm yourself.
Okay. So what are you going to do?
I'm going to cork it.
Yeah. You gonna put a cork in it?
Okay.
That's
okay.
fair.
Good.
That is fair.
Drew?
Blind, putting a cork in it.
Yes.
Putting a fucking cork in it. This I was super confused
Yes.
by what was going on, and not just because like I wasn't paying attention to what you're saying.
Yes.
I was, but I absolutely could not follow this movie by you explaining it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wait, what? Wait. And they didn't, did they have, I don't know, they didn't have enough tropes in there.
Right.
And
no.
then they try to,
well, because
like-
it doesn't have the holidays.
Yeah.
So this is the thing about Hallmark movies. We are learning that they work best with Christmas.
Yeah, they should just do Christmas.
They should. I'm also going to put a cork in it, obviously. I hate the leaving your thing for a man thing.
Yeah, that's terrible.
She had so many customers. She was just about to get so many customers.
And it's all she wanted the whole movie. It's all she wanted the whole movie. That was her goal. That was what she was working to her whole life. Even in her breakup, like you said.
And it just seems like yada, yada, yada. And you're proposed to by a prince.
And think about it. She's going to work on the Florentine Gardens, the Cambrian Gardens for free. She's not going to get paid to work on that.
I mean, she kind of getting paid.
I mean, she getting that mansion and
she getting that princess.
I will
status.
say,
I thought you were gonna say Prince Dick.
Well, she's getting that prince dick and also princess status, but she also getting that prince dick.
Yeah. Well, good for her.
This movie did feature a lot of very beautiful gardens.
It did. It paid. It's the spring movie. It has to. You have to have the beautiful garden.
I'll give it one glass
garden.
of wine.
Yeah.
I'll give it one sip. Garden. One sip for all the beautiful gardens in it.
I like the gardens, and I like the bridge. There was a pretty bridge.
Well, that wraps up our conversation about Once Upon a Prince.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a little article I'd like to talk about really quick before we jump into Candace, because we have to do a Candace. But we were talking a little bit earlier about an article that came out. It's called Argentine Hallmark star Julie Gonzalo discusses the network's lack of diversity in leads. So Julie Gonzalo is a Hallmark actress, and she is in a bunch of these movies. She was in one of the spring ones this spring. I think she might have been in a Valentine's Day one. I forget. She was in one. She was in a fall one. But basically, she's saying that she's 100% Argentinian. And she's in these movies because she's like passable as a white actress.
And to be fair, like, she is.
Right. No, she is.
Totally.
But she's like, it's putting me in a weird position because I understand Hallmark needs to have diversity, but they're using me as like a example of diversity when really it's not, because they're not acknowledging my heritage or doing anything with it. They just have me as like a number. I'm a number to them. And she's like,
they have me leaving my career time and time again.
Yes. And she's good. She's like, I enjoy her as an actress. So Hallmark had 86 new movies last year between their two networks. 6 had...
what's the other network?
Hallmark Movies and Mysteries.
Okay.
Hallmark
Murder.
Blood Curdle Murder. That's
yes.
not true.
But they only had 6 of those movies had non-white romantic leads.
Out of
86. So 80 movies, white leads, 6 non-white, 0 black people.
0 black people leads.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
And most of the ethnic leads or the diversity leads that Hallmark is like, look, we have Catherine Bell, we have Julie Gonzalo. They're passable as white actors. So she says, I want to read a quote that she wrote for this article, or she's quoted in this article. I need to take a breath because I'm getting angry. Okay, all right, breathe it out.
Think about a prince you'll meet.
Right. Think about a prince dick, okay?
Think about that prince's dick.
Okay, I will. I feel better.
There you go.
She says, I'm a Latina. I'm a proud Latina, but in a sense, I am also the whitest Latina. In a way, it's like it needs to be a bit more pronounced. I think it needs to show a little bit more. I'm kind of the exception in the way because of how I look. And to me, if I'm 100% South American, I'm born and raised in Argentina, left when I was 9, but I consider myself Hispanic, and I would never consider myself anything else. I just look white.
I just look white.
Right.
Jesus. Yes.
So it's frustrating for her because... Yeah. And she continues, she said, it's a hard place for me because I'm such an oddity. In a sense, I am Hispanic. Sure, I check that box. And when you look at me, you don't see Hispanic. I'm very aware of it. So she's very aware that she's checking the diversity box for Hallmark,
Just barely.
Right.
Well,
even though she is, but
she is. And it's frustrating.
Yeah, I think that would be, like, it would be frustrating that it would be, like... Because, like, Argentina, So it's like South America,
Yeah.
like Brazil, Argentina, Ecuador.
Sure.
Like there's just a lot of like white people that are Latino.
And Argentina has a lot of like Italian.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, I mean,
from
like
people from
Europe.
Spain.
I mean, it's
and
like a
Italy
big
and-
European. Like we're both North and South America. We have a lot of. I mean, it's a lot of European descent. You know, so but it is like, hey, just make that okay to. I mean, I understand what she's saying. It's like make it okay that like I am.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like I'm Argentinian. Yeah.
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 Well, and also Meghan Markle, who is coming into the news because she is going to be married. She found her prince. Yes, she's going to be marrying Prince Harry.
Oh, the prince.
And she's going to be
Not from Cambria.
She's going to be the first black princess. Okay,
From
That's amazing.
it's amazing.
From Englandia.
Yes, well, she's from America, and she was actually in Hallmark movies. Drew, she was in When Sparks Fly on Hallmark. It was like a 4th of July movie.
Really?
Yeah,
When Sparks
she's an actress.
She's an actress. A Hallmark actress.
She's a Hallmark
from America,
actress.
She's
and
not
she's
just
literally
Hallmark, though.
marrying Prince.
Yeah, she's marrying Prince Harry.
Prince
She's
Harry.
also
living
on
the
FX.
Hallmark dream. Yeah, she's on. She's on. Yeah, she.
It's real.
It's real.
Guys,
and there's
movies
gonna
are
be
dangerous.
a movie about Meghan and Harry, and we're gonna cover it. But what I want to talk about Meghan Markle right now is that she's half black, and in the Hallmark movies, her parents, her siblings, like everyone is white.
Not one of her parents.
No, and I mean she's again passable as a white person, but she's not a white person. So
right.
as an actor, you're hired to play whoever you're going to play, but then Hallmark will be like, well, we had Meghan Markle. She's diversity for us, right? She counts as that box.
Man, we just need to everyone needs to get for reals about how gorgeous mixed people are. Everyone who's mixed is a gorgeous, beautiful flower.
Well,
Hey
yes.
now.
You have
Thanks
two
for
right
the-
here.
thanks for
I'm
the
just saying,
yes,
compliment.
thank
both
you,
of y'all
Drew.
in front of me, I am just a European mutt garbage person. But y'all,
Well, being biracial as an actor is interesting because sometimes, if I'm casting a Latino role, I'm like, oh, this is too Latino, or this is a stereotype.
it's also, isn't it kind of an advantage though? Sometimes. Right. No, I know what you mean. But in terms of where it's I can be, you guys could be either or.
Sure.
But
right?
those opportunities are
They're
far
yeah,
more
I got you.
infrequent.
I got
Right.
you.
They either want, for me, it's either I'm going to play really gay, fashion Latin guy, in Legally Blonde type of thing, or I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal thug, which I would just go in for, and they'd all laugh at me.
Why can't you be a criminal fashionista?
Yes, that would be great.
Yeah.
You'd be I'm gonna cut you
I'm gonna
and
cut you,
whatever.
but I'm
I don't
gonna
know.
wear it.
Yes.
But it is such
I'm gonna cut you where your skin.
a weird headspace to be in of, they are you might identify as something, and it kind of depends on who's looking at you, what they're gonna see. Because for instance, with as we have explained, I am my mom's from Bolivia, my dad's from Lebanon, and in one day I had one person ask me are you Turkish? I'm like, nah, but kind of close. And then another
Sorta.
person being like, are you Chilean? I'm like, nah, but so close. And
But
it kind of just
kinda.
depends
Yeah.
on who's looking at you,
What
and
they
then
see.
reconciling how you identify and how you see yourself with what people see you as. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's
I guess
very
that would.
true.
Yeah, that would
Because
be.
you never get to. I'm never gonna get an opportunity to play a half Ecuadorian.
No.
You know what I mean?
Unless we
no,
make
you're right.
those
Unless we make them
opportunities
for ourselves, right?
And then too,
Or if you
there's-
normalize, what I'm saying is you normalize that every country has a lot. Every country has a lot of except Japan, but every country has a lot of diversity. No, if Japan it's just all Japanese people.
Yeah.
But
It's an island.
it's an island, and they were there
So
for a long
with
time.
St. Simon's, Georgia.
Way to bring it back. Way to bring it back.
But you know what? That it's
Yeah.
It's to normalize it. I guess is going You can have someone who is white be from Brazil,
Yes.
or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, or have someone who is black who is from England. Oh, what do you know?
Yeah.
Everyone
It
is
happens.
all over the
Yes.
place now.
I'm thinking
It's a
about-
smaller world than it used to be. So
It's smaller and bigger at the same time.
at the same,
But thinking about what was her name? Jennifer Gonzalo? Or no, what's her name? I
Her name
forgot.
is Julie.
Julie. I got a J right.
Yeah, Julie
And
Gonzalo.
there's an I in there. And
Yeah, you got it.
But like that, I'm sure there's a level of guilt there too, of like, oh, she's doing well for herself. She does identify as a South American, and she is,
Right.
from a different country, and yet there is that guilt of like, I'm not necessarily what people think of as.
yeah.
Yeah.
As I'm not your thug.
She's
I'm
not Sofia
your...
Vergara.
No.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No one is.
no, Sofia
I
Vergara
love
is
her.
great. But
Sofia-
Sofia Vergara will never be in a Hallmark movie, is what I'm saying.
Yes, and that's
No, she would never be in it.
She was the perfect as an
Well, no, not
actor, like on their
frustrating,
trajectory, like
Yeah.
she could definitely go down that path, but like because she is more ethnic, she won't.
Right.
And that's the only reason why.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
She'll do a Lifetime movie probably. You know what I mean?
Oh, does
mean-
Lifetime have more diversity?
Way more diversity. Way more.
Here's the thing.
Oh, I didn't know that was a-
I can only possibly ever be cast in Vikings.
Yeah, yeah.
Only.
Love it.
Or something Scottish. I don't know. Something.
Wonderful.
I can only be that. So I hear you guys.
Yes.
Well, no, and then part of that too
No, I'm
is
just
like
kidding.
when
I'm
like,
a white guy. I could do anything.
for instance, if I've looked in, I remember seeing like a travel channel or something, like a documentary, and it's like, oh, there's Bolivians, and it's like, my mom doesn't look like that, but
Yeah.
she's Bolivian.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so true. Well, thanks for having these conversations with me. We have to
Yeah.
keep having them.
Absolutely.
Because they're important to have.
They
And
are.
that's how we evolve.
That's right. Before we go, though, I have a very quick, Candace. Very quick. We'll just play the clip and say she sucks, and then we'll be done. Because that's usually what we do.
She's amazing.
Um,
I love her.
Well, there you go. Then
JK.
you'll love this segment. Here we go.
I want to see your face.
Oh, wait.
play
I
it.
didn't play my thing. Wait. I'll do the thing.
Yeah.
What you say? Ooh, what's that? Is that what it sounds like? I sound like a robot. Did you do that on purpose?
No,
was beautiful.
I had it set on that.
I don't want to be a robot.
You don't want to be a robot?
No.
No, just do it as a robot.
Okay. What you say? Candace Cameron Bure. Ew.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
hate that. All right, I'm playing the
That made me
clip
so
now.
happy.
Oh, but it was a robot. It was so weird.
What you say? Kind of right.
All right, here we go.
I can't get rid of the braid. I can't get rid of the braid. Thank you. Silk wrap, toilet paper. I'm totally going to do it next time. But even for dinner last night, the back was looking really bad. So I took half. And then I just kept the front braids. I mean, it looked a little better last night. I just woke up. But now I'm really going to have to take it out today. Carshell, you have to teach me. My friends are starting to make fun of me because of these braids. I know, but look. I took those braids out. Okay, yeah, I know. I just kept this one in. I took all of these out, but I'm just going on a hike, and then I swear I'm gonna wash it.
Okay, so that's Candace Cameron Bure talking about her braids.
I will say, when people say like, I woke up like this, I'm like, I do believe she just woke up. She looks
Yeah.
wrecked.
Yes, she does look wrecked. And her hair is a mess because she slept in braids. I don't know.
Here's what I think happened,
Yeah.
and it makes me just so mad at her
Okay.
more than I already could be. I hate.
Why do
her
we hate
so
her?
much.
I guess I don't know her that much. She was on The View for a bit.
She was. She's just.
She was in some of the commercials.
Yeah. She's just very self-centered.
She's a garbage person.
Very conservative.
Oh.
But like in a not good way.
Oh.
Because you could be conservative and like
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh cool, fine, that's your opinion.
Like, you can be conservative where you're like, I'm gonna save some money, and
Yeah.
that's cool. But
And
she is.
She's hateful.
She says she's not hateful, but she has
is.
some
Look
like
at that hair.
She's like likes to like
So the one
exclude
thing,
people.
the one thing I hate a lot
Yes.
or one of my pet peeves is white people with dreads.
Were those supposed to be dreads?
Well, hold on. So what's the second worst thing than white people with dreads? Just the worst. That's the worst. The second is when you go to the tropics or whatever and you get your hair like cornrowed. When white people get their hair cornrowed and thing, I think that's what she did. And then she was...
that's what I thought too, but I just don't know because I don't remember her being on a trip.
Right.
I don't
and she would be
tell
all
you.
about
She
that.
would tell you. She would tell me. We love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's infuriating.
Well, whatever. Candace and your braids. Keep
Look,
doing you.
She needs to put conditioner in her hair
She does.
and take a comb.
She
to it.
needs to shut up. She needs to
Okay.
shut her mouth up.
So yes, that wraps up today's episode on Once Upon a Prince. Tawny, do you have any social media you'd like to plug or any shows or anything going on? You don't have to if you don't want to.
I don't have any social media.
That's
I'm
fine.
Horrible.
No, that's totally fine. Well, cool. Everyone check out Tawny because she's great. Not on social media though, but
in shows. I'm in shows.
yeah, she's in shows all the time in Chicago. Check her out.
Plug it.
Drew, where can we find you?
You can find me at Drew But With Pants on Instagram.
Wonderful. And
and my can I plug a thing?
plug your band.
My band just released an album.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
We're called The Limbos. We've been playing for a long time. We just released it's not a full album, it's an EP.
Cool.
But we're really proud of it. And it's on Spotify and all those things.
That's
iTunes and all
It
that shit.
out. Check it out.
Check it out.
Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you, listeners, for checking back in with Lifetime on Court. We watch these movies, so you don't have to, but if you do, you can follow me at Patrick Miguel or the podcast at Lifetime on Court. And check out our
Thank you to
website.
Cambria.
Oh, thank you to Cambria. And thank you to everyone. LifetimeOnCourt.com. Rate and review us. Okay, bye.
Bye.